Okay, let's be real. If all the news about AI has your head spinning, you are definitely in the right place. Over the next few minutes, we're going to cut through all that noise. We're going to demystify this whole thing and, honestly, turn that confusion into confidence. So, let's just dive right in.
And here's the thing you've got to get. This isn't some far-off sci-fi movie stuff. Nope. AI is already here. It's shaping your world right now. In the apps on your phone, in your social media feeds, it's everywhere. So, getting a handle on it isn't just a good idea for the future, it's absolutely essential for right now.
Does it feel like you're getting whiplash from all the AI headlines? Like every single day there's something new, and maybe the ground feels like it's shifting a little too fast? Well, I get it. You are not alone. But hey, don't worry. Just think of this as your personal roadmap to getting up to speed and feeling like you're back in the driver's seat. Okay, so first things first, we need a map. To get our bearings in this new world, we've got to understand the landscape. So let's start with the most basic question of all. What even is AI, really? So when you strip it all down, AI is really just about getting computers to do things that, normally take a human brain, things like recognizing patterns or understanding language. And I love this analogy. Think of it like a super well-trained parrot, right? It can mimic human speech perfectly. It might even seem like it understands you, but there's no actual thinking going on behind the words. It's an incredibly clever imitation, but it's not real thought.
And what's kind of wild is that this whole AI thing, it's not new. I mean, the core idea has been kicking around since the 1950s. But for decades, progress was, well, it was slow. Then, around 2012, everything changed. We had this perfect storm, an explosion of data and a massive leap in computer power. And that combo led to a huge breakthrough called deep learning. That's the engine, really, behind the AI revolution we're all living through right now.
Okay, this next part is maybe the most important thing to grasp. Despite all the wild headlines, every single AI you have ever used, I'm talking Siri, Alexa, ChatGPT, all of them, is what we call narrow AI. Just think of it as a specialist, not some all-knowing genius. It's amazing at one specific job, but it literally can't think or reason or do anything outside of that one very narrow box.
Let's put it this way. The AI we have today, it's like a hammer. It's an awesome, powerful tool for one specific job. But the AI you see in the movies, what we call general AI, that's more like a doctor. Someone who can learn, reason, and use their knowledge in all sorts of different situations. And it's so important to remember this. Despite all the hype, we are very much still in the age of the hammer. All right, so we've got our map. We know the basic lay of the land. Now it's time to learn a little bit of the language. And hey, don't worry. You don't need to be a tech genius or anything. We're just going to go over a couple of key terms that will completely unlock your understanding of how this whole thing actually works. So the big one, the most important term you need to know is machine learning, or ML. Seriously, if AI is the car, machine learning is the engine. It powers almost all the AI you use. See, instead of a programmer writing out step-by-step instructions, these systems learn all on their own by just digging through tons and tons of data to find patterns. You know when Netflix recommends a show you actually like? Yep, that's machine learning. That spam filter in your email that actually works? That's machine learning too. But how does that learning part actually happen? Like, what's going on under the hood? Well, in a lot of cases, the answer is something called a neural network. And yeah, the name kind of gives it away. It's a computer system that's inspired by our own brains. It's made up of layers of these interconnected digital neurons that all work together to chew through information and spot those patterns we were talking about.
Okay, so let's walk through this together. Over on the left, you've got the input layer. This is where the data goes in. Let's say it's a picture of an animal. Then in the middle, you have these hidden layers. This is where the magic happens. The neurons all fire up and work together to analyze that picture, looking for things like pointy ears or whiskers or a tail. And then finally, on the right, you get the output layer, which spits out the answer, cat or dog. When you see it like this, it's actually a pretty elegant and, well, surprisingly simple idea.
And here's just a brilliant way to think about it. Imagine a huge network of boda riders zipping through a busy city. They're all talking to each other, right? Sharing info in real time? Hey, avoid that street, there's a huge jam. Or take this shortcut, it's totally clear. By all working together and sharing that info, they find the absolute fastest, most efficient route. A neural network does basically the same thing. Its digital neurons are all talking to each other to find the best possible answer. It's really this beautiful example of collective intelligence at work.
Okay, you've got the map, you're learning the language, now it's time for the main event. We're going to tackle the type of AI that has been grabbing all the headlines, the thing that has everyone talking. This is where you get your superpower.
So, let's get to the million-dollar question, right? How in the world do tools like ChatGPT seem to just create brand new things out of thin air? You ask it to write a poem, and poof, there's a poem. You ask for a picture of an astronaut riding a horse, and it just makes one. It really does feel like magic. But I promise you, what's actually happening is even more interesting.
The big secret isn't magic at all. It's prediction. It's really that simple. A generative AI has been trained on just an unbelievable amount of data. Seriously, imagine it has basically read the entire internet. So when you give it a prompt, it doesn't understand your request. Not really. What it's doing is making a very, very educated guess about what the most likely next word should be, and then the next word after that, and the next. It's basically autocomplete on steroids. And when you do that millions of times a second, well, the result looks an awful lot like real creativity.
But, and this is a big but, that predictive power has a major downside. And there's a key word here you absolutely need to know: hallucination. Because the AI is just guessing, just predicting what comes next, it can sometimes invent facts or sources or details with total confidence, but they're completely made up. They're just wrong. It's almost like the AI is dreaming. And that is why it's so important to be a smart, critical user of these tools. Don't just take everything it says at face value.
And just like that, there you have it. We've mapped out the AI world. You've learned the key language, and you've unlocked the secret behind generative AI. You've basically gone from zero to hero. So as we wrap up, what are the big things you should walk away with?
Okay, so let's boil it all down. Number one, AI isn't magic. It's a tool, a really powerful one for sure, but it's just a tool built on data and prediction. Number two, it's a mirror. It reflects back all the human knowledge it was trained on, the good, the bad, and the just plain weird. And maybe the most important takeaway of all, it's a tool that you are in control of. You are the pilot here, not just a passenger along for the ride.
And that idea of a mirror, it leads to a really deep, kind of profound question, doesn't it? If AI really is just reflecting back the sum total of human data, what does that reflection actually say about us? About our greatest achievements, our biggest flaws, our weirdest quirks? It's a question that's way bigger than just technology, and it's definitely something to chew on long after this is over.
Look, you now have the foundational knowledge. You have the tools to start separating the real signal from all the noise and the hype from the actual reality. You really do have a new superpower. So I guess the only question left is, what are you going to do with it? What will you create? What problems will you solve? Because the future of AI, it isn't just something that's happening to us. It's something we can all have a hand in shaping. Your journey is really just getting started.